Decision making is defined by Business Dictionary as the thought process of selecting a logical choice from available options. No one is born with awesome decision making skills. It is a skill that needs to be learned and strengthened. Just as the decision making skills of adults differ from person to person, the decision making skills of teens are closely tied to individual ambitions and personality traits. What seems like a poor decision to mom and dad might be a great decision in the teenager's eyes. As children age, their decision-making skills improve until the teen years. When kids hit their teens, logical decision-making seems to get thrown out the window. The cause for this is usually hormonal changes, which push the teens towards making risky and impulsive decisions. Adolescents learn to make good decisions when they understand which ones get more of what they want and which ones result in more of what they don't want. During adolescence, aged 12 to 18 years, the transition from childhood to adulthood is most important. Children are becoming more independent and begin to look at the future in terms of career, relationships, families, and housing. The individual wants to belong to a society and fit in. Erickson, in his Stage 5, Identity versus Role Confusion, claims that the adolescent may feel uncomfortable about their body for a while until they can adapt and grow into the changes. Success in this stage will lead to the virtue of fidelity. The initial risk-taking experience will influence an adolescent's intention to repeat the behavior in the future. They do consult their conscience over risk-taking, but not always in the classic good versus evil way. Research indicates it's not just the devil that made them do it. When it comes to the impulsive mode, image is everything. Specifically distinct social images of the kind of person who engages in specific risk behaviors.
A lot of young people are not aware of the choices they make, and basically that is what caused them to make a lot of wrong decisions. A lot of them, though, may have come from broken homes. A lot of them also may not be getting the type of attention that they are looking for in the home. So they feel that if they go out and explore and find this sexual pleasure in giving themselves to somebody else, it will give them a sense of importance. But one of the things that young people actually need to learn basically is coping skills, which will say that they need to have healthy self-management. Then also they need to have self-awareness, self-discipline, and inner strength. They have to do critical thinking, proper decision making, and hence why they get themselves involved in all these sexual practices. So they're not educating themselves aware of all the diseases and the implications will have on them later on in life. A word of advice to the young people is, first and foremost, they need to get to know who they are. They need to get the right friends. They educate themselves about the sexuality and about relationships. And once they build that and they find that they have self-confidence and self-esteem, they will be able to make right choices every other aspect of their life.
Sexual behavior in adolescents. Adolescents represent what is described as a vulnerable population subgroup. Many of the high-risk behaviors in adolescents can be shown to be related to adolescent family or origin, home environment, school connectedness, and parent-child relationship. In addition, the protective effects of family as well as increased religiosity are noted in studies from the USA. A review of 95 studies on health risk behaviors among adolescents, 19% of 10 to 19-year-olds who initiated sexual activity started at 10 years. The percentage of teens having more than 6 partners was 19%. This is alarming. Teenage pregnancy. Teens account for 15 to 20% of all pregnancies. By age 19 years, 1/5 of these teens were on their second pregnancy. It is said that adolescents are often at higher risk of acquiring sexually transmitted infections because they are unable to conceptualize action of their consequences. And we are here to inform or to help these adolescents change these risky behaviors. In order to understand why adolescents behave like this, we have to understand the theories of behavior change. It is called a social learning cognitive theory by Bandura, 1997. And this theory states that a person's environment affects the development of who they are as well as how they behave. That is their social behavior. So, indeed, that the adolescent may behave in certain ways and we may not understand why. Because of their behavior, because of their social environment, it affects their behavior, it affects who they are as adolescents. In decision making, of course, there are problem solving skills that these adolescents must develop. And these skills are, number one, you must identify the problem. You have to explore how to handle this problem. They must set goals. They must look for alternatives, select the best alternative, and implement what they have chosen. And in the end, they must do an evaluation. Know the decision to be made. Am I ready to have sex or not? Know what the options are. What could happen if I do this? If I have unprotected sex, will I get pregnant? Will I contract HIV and AIDS? Look at the consequences of the options chosen.
Let us all say no to risky sexual behaviors. Risky sexual behaviors is totally unacceptable for young girls, young boys, big men, and big women. Let us try our best to abstain from risky sexual behaviors. Let us try to practice abstinence. If we have to have sex, let us practice using a condom. But the best thing to do is to abstain from sex. This way, we will avoid having STIs and STDs. Let us try our best, young girls and young boys. If we must have a partner, let us stick to one partner. And even when we have one partner, we should practice safe sex by using a condom every time. Let us try not to do too much drinking, because drinking alcohol can lead to risky sexual behaviors. Let us all try our best to do what is right.
This is Adrian, and he's going to talk freely to the youth about how they can make good decisions even in their everyday situation.
First, you must know yourself. You must know who you are and you must know the goal that you want to set. What do you want to become in the future? What would you like to be? Where would you like to go? How far would you like to reach in whatever career or whatever passion you have? You must know yourself. Know right from wrong. 2, know the end result. If your friends want to go out and go for a lime, have a couple beers, go to certain places, and you know what can come from that. It might not happen the first time, the second time, or the third time, but you never know what would happen in the future. Life is short. Number 3, say no. Say no and be aggressive. You cannot be like, oh, no, it's alright. No, say no and move on. Let them get the point that you are not going to be peer pressured into doing what you know is wrong and what is incorrect.
It probably has taught me self-confidence and self-will. Now I can make wise decisions regarding my sexual behavior.
Going to abstain, be faithful to one person, and use condoms when I get married, and all young people should do the same.
I am determined to stay in school and further my education and get myself involved into risky sexual behavior, and so should you.
Wake up, youth. Wake up, youth. It's our time. It's our time. Wake up, youth. Wake up, youth. It's our time. It's our time. Sexuality is our life. Sexuality is our life. We got to make the right choice. We got to make the right choice. STD, HIV, teenage pregnancy, drug addicts, are all here because of poor choices. Are all here because of poor choices. So be strong so we can go on. So be strong so we can go on. Make good decisions that will help you stay strong. Make good decisions that will make you go on. Decision making is to know what to do. Decision making, be assertive. Decision making is the way to go.
The only safe sex is marital sex. Tell us anything else, we'll get vexed, vexed, vexed. Teach us to have some dignity. Say we must practice chastity. The only safe sex is marital sex. Tell us anything else, we'll get vexed, vexed, vexed. Tell us we have the ability to live a life of dignity.
Come and say, God me love and we don't love Satan. Up on the people, no put up on no Hana. God me love and we don't love Satan. Up give the people, no put up on no Hana. We're urging on the youth in Trinidad and Tobago. Promiscuity is not the way to go. Instead you have some dignity. Do the right thing and practice chastity. Yeah!